5 Henrys. Clear sealant. Just imagine that whole conversation I just had, right? Somebody had a small house, a 2-story home. It was on pilings though, so the bottom was just hardy board, siding. They didn't like the siding. They had to repaint it every single year. I went there to bid the job, took all the measurements, went, compared materials, gave her a bunch of material options, gave her all the catalog samples for different types of veneers, different types of natural stone, all this type of stuff. They loved it. Without even accepting that bid, she wanted me to bid redecking the back deck, the back patio, the back dock, replugging a bunch of the screw holes that the last company she had totally forgot to do. Did all that bidding, drove all around, took a deck board for a sample, went to multiple different lumber company supplies, finally found the match because it was an older type of material. Finally found the color match, sent it over, they agreed, put the price together for the stone veneer, all first floor of the house. It was like 1,400 square feet. The decking, there was like 1,100 square feet of decking. Gave them all those bids. She said, all right, let's focus on the decking instead. So I went there to go bid the stone, ended up bidding decking to be the first job to be done. Gave them that whole bid, came in a little low, just because I have the resources to be like I always say, I'm like, I get paid, $250-200 a day to do the same type of work, so I'll give a good rate. I don't even think anything of it. I'll make 5 days straight, I'll make $2,000 a day. I'm like, that's great. But other guys are making $5,000 a day, charging LBI premium. So after all that work, comparing the decking, all that type of shit, her mom ends up getting nervous, this or that, because they don't live down there. She starts telling me they've been screwed by a bunch of contractors, even though I went over everything with her, went over everything that they wanted, picked everything out, quick, simple work, had everything set up. She ended up just canceling last minute. She was gonna come give me a $5,000 deposit that I didn't even ask for. I asked for a $1,000 deposit, which wasn't even a quarter of what the materials would be or whatever, just to schedule her. So I don't have to keep being come give this deposit or whatever, just knowing that they're serious, they're ready to go. She told me, I'll bring you down $4,500 instead, so I don't have to come back down in November or whatever. I was like, that's fine, whatever you want to do. Da-da-da. Last second, she's like, my mom's nervous, this, that. I'm like, all right, that's fine. But that started to show me, walking through with this customer and doing that brick and everything. You supply this, you supply that, how motivated are they, essentially? She's asking, how soon can you get here? I'm like, I'll bring you some samples or whatever, and as soon as I get those samples in, I'll collect the deposit, schedule the work, because it became a headache. I ended up wasting probably 3-4 hours. And the bid time, that's just me running around comparing deck and all, and the bid time of actually going to her and doing the estimate, discussing stuff with her, calling her on the phone, texting her, all that type of shit for nothing. It's the name of the game, but still, she got a whole bid, she knows what material she needs, you know what I mean? So that was crazy. I try not to really do that too much. And if I do that, because that doesn't happen with landscaping, bro. I go out there and I'm like, you want all this brush removed? Here's what the price is gonna be. I could do it this time, whatever. The second we get into construction work or masonry or anything like that, then it's like, okay, you want samples, all this type of stuff, and I essentially just have to go do a ton of work without, getting paid. So, interesting. Just try to stay away from that now.